In Squid Game Season 2, Episode 6, called Safety in Numbers, survival gets even more unlikely, and the players' alliances are tested like never before. This episode shows how people act when they are under extreme pressure. The third game, Mingle, seems simple. Players must form groups with the exact number of members announced in each round. If they can't match the number, they are eliminated. However, the game quickly becomes intense, forcing players to make fast decisions about who to trust, who to team up with, and who to leave behind. At its heart, Mingle is about choosing between working together or looking out for yourself. Players like Myung-gi, Young-sik, Hyunju, and Young-mi stick together at first, showing how teamwork can be a strength. They try to protect each other and believe their alliance will help them survive. But the game also shows how easily teamwork can fall apart. The group decides to leave out a mentally unstable player, thinking it's the smart choice. This shows how people will often pick survival over kindness. However, this choice ends up hurting them later, proving that selfish decisions can have big consequences. By leaving out the unstable player, the group creates a bigger problem. That player, feeling rejected and angry, manages to influence the voting later in the episode, changing the balance of power. This shows how even small decisions can have a big ripple effect, creating chaos in ways no one expected. The game forces players to ask themselves, how far would I go to survive? Myung-gi's group chooses strategy over compassion, but it doesn't work out as planned. Their choice to exclude someone seems smart at first, but it backfires and creates more conflict. It's a reminder that in Squid Game, every decision matters, and every action has a consequence. In the end, Mingle isn't just about numbers, it's about how people act under pressure. It shows the struggle between teamwork and selfishness and how hard it is to make the right choices when survival is on the line. Young-il, who is secretly the frontman, is one of the most interesting characters in this episode. His actions are so unpredictable that it's hard to know what his true intentions are. This mystery makes him a key part of the story and its deeper messages. Young-il shows two very different sides in this episode. Sometimes, he acts like he cares about the other players, stepping in to help or making sacrifices that seem genuine. These moments make it feel like he might be testing the contestants to see if they can keep their humanity in the middle of all the chaos. But at other times, he is cold and ruthless, doing whatever it takes to stay in control. He manipulates situations and doesn't hesitate to hurt others if it benefits him. This back-and-forth behavior keeps us guessing. Is he trying to teach a lesson, or is he just playing a cruel game for his own reasons? Young-il is a mix of both victim and villain. As the frontman, he is part of the system that forces people into these deadly games, making him responsible for their suffering. But he also seems like someone who has been shaped by his own struggles, as if he's stuck in the same system he controls. This makes us wonder, is he a bad person because of his choices, or is he just a product of his situation? Young-il's actions show how far people will go for power or survival. Even though he is in charge as the frontman, his role comes with risks. By pretending to be a contestant, he walks a fine line. He has to maintain control while also facing the same dangers as everyone else. This dual role adds depth to his character, showing how power can come at a high cost. Young-il shows how the line between good and evil can blur, as even someone with power can feel trapped and desperate. His actions also highlight the cost of staying in control. He may seem powerful, but his choices show how much he sacrificed along the way. The vote to decide whether to keep playing or stop the game is one of the most intense parts of the episode. It doesn't just determine the game's future, it shows how divided and desperate the group has become. When the vote ends in a tie, it's clear the players can't agree. Some want to stop the games, hoping to escape and return to their lives. Others are focused on winning the money, believing they have no other choice. Fear and mistrust now control their decisions. Since there's no majority, the group is stuck. They can't move forward or go back. This adds to their stress and fear, leaving them trapped both physically and emotionally. The tension builds, making the situation feel even more hopeless. By this point, trust is gone. The players have seen alliances break, people betray each other, and sacrifices go unnoticed. The vote shows how much the group has fallen apart. No one can agree, and even friends start doubting each other. The tie vote feels like the last straw. It's a sign that everyone is struggling between wanting to survive and feeling the weight of their decisions. The group's inability to decide sets the stage for chaos. Stuck in the game with no clear path, the players grow more frustrated and desperate. This tension eventually explodes when Myung-gi kills Thanos in a violent confrontation. This moment pushes the group even further into conflict and mistrust. This violent act makes Myung-gi one of the most controversial characters, leaving us conflicted with this unclear line between hero and villain. Episode 6 is full of tension and tough choices. It shows us that in the world of Squid Game, the games are just one part of the horror. The real fear comes from how quickly people can lose their humanity when under pressure. The stakes are higher than ever, and the cost of surviving has never been more obvious. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.